Welcome to Magic Monday, hosted by Houdini, featuring our CEO Kobe Lazar, discussing privacy at Koinomi. This conversation was recorded live on X Spaces on Monday, April 13th, 2026. Please note that the views and opinions expressed in this AMA do not necessarily represent those of Koinomi Wallet and should not be considered financial advice. Always do your own research on any project we discuss. Enjoy the video and don't forget to like and subscribe to support the channel.
Okay, GM, welcome everyone to episode 169 of Magic Mondays. That is 169 Mondays in a row. Have never skipped a beat, have never skipped a Monday. If you know, you know, this is the safe haven of all crypto Twitter, no matter what's going on in the macro, no matter what's going on your feed. This is a safe haven where you can come and get the updates, just feel nice, warm, and cozy inside. And yeah, see what's going on the Houdini side of things, the privacy side of crypto and how the awareness is growing. We have, as you can see, a very special guest today. GM Koinomi, can you hear me?
Hear you loud and clear. How am I coming through?
Beautiful, clear, crisp as the Monday morning air. We're going to be joined by the CEO of Koinami later on in our space. We're going to go through our weekly updates and numbers real quick. We'll fire through them, just a couple points to share with the community, and then we'll have Koinami up and share some updates, give you guys a little TLDR. We have all of our wizards here. What is Koinami all about? We'll get to that. But first, what is going on in the market, man? This every week, every Monday, it feels like it's a year has passed since our last Magic Monday space as far as what's going on in the world. It's definitely turbulent times out there, and when it comes to crypto as well, a couple big things actually these last couple days. No matter what side of you know the Elon, the pump fund debate you stand on, the reality, like if you were looking at the feed, his address was doxed. Certain parts of the trail there, privacy can come into play. But like I said, no matter what side of the fence you stand on, if you're pro pump fund, against it, whatever it may be, it's just like a stark reminder of like how the lack of privacy, how scary that can be, right? If anyone just woke up and saw their home address on crypto Twitter, having all your wallets traced and doxed back to you, that's just a terrifying feeling, no matter who it's happening to. So it was a stark reminder there. And of course, there's all that drama going on right now with World Liberty Financials. Of course, you guys don't come in to the Magic Monday for news updates, but what's going on in the markets, it's privacy is the transactional rails on how you're going to position yourself, reallocate or rebalance your portfolios privately, depending on what's going on in the market. So there's definitely lots of stuff going on out there. Drop in the comments, what are you doing with all the news that's hitting the timeline? Are you hodling? Are you stacking? Are you selling? Let us know in the comments, and of course, if you're doing it privately. But let's get into our numbers. That's what a lot of people want to know. How is all of this affecting the volumes on the Houdini side of things? So this is the swap report for the week of April 6th to the 12th, Sunday. The volume came in at $13.1 million in swap volume for last week. Swap counts, so those came in from 7,103 swaps and brought in a total of $40,000 in revenue, or 0.56 BTC for all you BTC maxis and Bitcoin heads out there. Of course, that will be split between growth and buybacks and burns. And from last week's revenue, we bought back 351,317 lock tokens and burnt them this morning with a nice burnt cup of coffee. We burnt some lock tokens as well. That's how we start our weeks. That's 0.35% of supply for anyone keeping track. And we've officially crossed, as we talked about last week, that 20% of supply has been bought back and burned from revenue. Now, a couple points to just mention here. Volume across the entire market right now, all metrics is suffering right now, right? And it's not a Houdini statistic. It's not. There's just so much macro things going on in the world right now. There are wars. There's uncertainty. So people are scared. Not everyone's trading. A lot of people are sitting on their funds. They're just waiting for some kind of signal for things to turn around. So volumes are just across the market. People just aren't moving funds. as much as they are when things are exciting, right? But the one metric that we've always said is our North Star metric, if you know, is the swap counts. And if you look at the last few swap reports, our swap count is actually staying nice and solid. The floor is there, but when people send one Solana or one BTC or one Ethereum and it's just worth less, the volumes, the dollar value, uh, the dollar value of each token is worth less, and the volumes are just going to be lower. So that's expected, but our North Star metric is staying strong. So I'm going to go ahead and post our swap report 169 now, pushing that to X. And for everyone here, please like, share. These types of metrics are the ones to be proud of. Right, you're part of a community that continues to build, that continues to strengthen their relationships. Like with the Koinamis of the world, we have them here on the space, bringing privacy to every corner of DeFi. I'm sharing and I'm pinning it here to our X space. So give it a like, give it a share. Tell us what you think about Swap Report 169. Couple quick updates before we give a proper introduction to our co-host and our speaker here, our guest. It's just along those lines. There are a lot of things going on. There could be a lot of reasons to just, what, let's hold off on marketing right now. Let's hold off on BD. Like everyone's just uncertain. But that's not the strategy we're taking here at Houdini Swap. If anything, this is the time to really take a hold of the microphone, strengthen all of our network, our connections, and this bulletproof tested, trial and tested privacy infrastructure and routing that we've been building on for the last almost 4 years. Now is the time to put it in the hands of everyone who needs it. Get it as close to the end users. Put it in the wallet so that when things do turn around, everyone has the privacy that they need when they are moving those funds. Right. So just shout out to all of our partners and integration partners over the last few weeks. Koinami here on the space. We're going to hear about the wallet and how privacy has been integrated with them. We've had Solflare, we've had Summix, we have Coin98 as we teased last week. That's been postponed, but that will be coming shortly. We talked about as well Swivel, a travel platform to book your flights with private checkout. Jupiter as well started teasing, like just to name a few. It's been a very exciting time, and this is the time to build, and this is the time to grab the microphone. So official tease. Magic Monday is where we give the alpha to our wizards. We mentioned it last week that we're going to be in Miami. We're going to be at Accelerate and Consensus. We're going to have 4 team members on the ground in Miami in the sun, soaking up the Florida sun and spreading the Houdini privacy gospel. But for official tease, it is official now, and for you guys to hear it first, we will be at Accelerate with Solflare. So if you're going to be at Solana Accelerate, look for the Solflare booth. We'll be there with them, and we're going to have some very, very exciting activities. So keep the notifications on X, because there will be more information dropping, and we'll be hyping up the IRL presence in Miami. That will be in, looking at the calendars, just under like around 3 weeks. So very excited. If you're going to be in Miami, please hit us up. We would love to connect with the community and connect with anyone building. And want to just talk privacy, grab a pint, let us know. Hit us up, join our TG, and yeah, it'd be amazing to connect with everyone here. But that's our updates. It's we continue to build. We continue to put privacy where people need it. And Koinami, you are one of our most recent integrations. Ben, right? I believe it's Ben on the mic.
Hey, actually, it's Kobe. I'm CEO here at Koinami. I'm super
Kobe.
happy to be with you today.
Oh, my bad. That was a total brain fart.
Not a problem. There is a member of our team, Ben, who is integral in bringing this integration live. And before I get started boasting about our wallet, I want to say a massive congratulations to you guys on all the upcoming wallet integrations, on all the work you've been doing to bring more volume to the system. It supports everyone. I mean, rising tides. It brings another layer of privacy and anonymity to the crypto ecosystem, and I think that's all we need right now, especially in a time when people aren't spending on marketing or BD. They're doing building. This is what the space needs, and we're happy to be a part of the foundation of this volume.
Oh man, every time I speak with you guys on Spaces. Last week I joined one of you guys' Spaces on Wednesday when we went live. You guys are so good at flattering, and it makes me uncomfortably blush.
We've always had a very easy way of working with our partners at Koinami. Especially, I'll give you an example, and we'll get into the wallet. But when we work with local places for fiat on ramps or off ramps, we usually try and help spread marketing funds equally, where we're able to keep a lot of the proceeds of what we're doing in that location. Because we know it'll extend our reach. We know it'll be a win-win partnership instead of just going and seeing how much money we can take at once. So I want to get into the wallet side, but again, we've had a win-win partnership with Houdini from the start, and that's why it's so easy to flatter the team as we continue to further this integration and partnership.
Yeah, and right back at you, Kobe. You guys have been like an absolute breeze. Your whole team is just absolute legends and beauties on your end. And it's true. Like people think privacy, it's a bull market feature. That is not the case, and we're seeing it now. You need to move funds privately in bears, in bulls, in your wallets. And yeah, maybe you could give us like for all the wizards here who maybe are hearing Koinami for the first time post integration, like what's the TLDR on Konami, like the UVP, your origin story, if you will, for everyone here.
I'd love to break it down. In 2014, our founder, Giannis, started Coinami because he wanted to store Bitcoin and Litecoin, and I think soon Dogecoin in one place. We were one of the first in field multi coin wallets back then, and we built a huge community up to a million users by 2017, 2018, supporting over 50 blockchains. Back when there weren't a thousand different EVMs, we kind of went under the radar in 2020, and things slowed down on development side. A whole lot of team stuff that just slowed us down and decentralized the team. And in 2024, we said we're going to get back together, kind of a movie montage of getting everyone back into the van and getting the band back together to set on some development. And one of the most important things we've been working on this year is our swap experience. And we focus on making it more safe to actually make the swap and easy for the user, and more secure and private when that user is making the swap. So it was a really simple decision to work with Houdini. And one of the cool things about our team is that we're fully owned by the entire company is owned by the employees. We're not owned by an exchange like Binance has Trust Wallet. I think Exodus is on the New York Stock Exchange, and we're very happy for those wallets. It's about 17 times more expensive to go and try and take a wallet user than it is to bring someone new into crypto, which is what we've always been focused on. It's why we've got over 30 languages in the app and 160 currencies. It's why we have 24/7 support that's real and human. So a lot of wallets today are really good at locking up your funds. We all use the same open source standards of encryption and of key generation, but we want to be the best wallet for you to make the most out of your funds. And that means bringing better tools, not only financial of swapping and buying and selling crypto, but what's at the heart of crypto, which is getting rid of the middleman when it comes to identity, when it comes to digital assets. That's where we're taking the wallet more as a multi-coin, as a multi-tool. And Houdini is a really important part of doing so. And I'll tell you right now, and for the community to know, you guys are already eating a bunch of our swap volume because, well, just to reassure you guys who are using Houdini, you are getting the best rates. You are getting the best trades that are going by the quickest, that are going without KYC and AML, getting you stopped up. Houdini has made some magic happen, and I think it's because of the wizards in the background and in the forefront, casting their spells.
Oh man, that's a great rundown. Yeah, we were mentioning on Wednesday with your community, like you guys protect funds and like assets and accounts like on the device level side of things, and then the Houdini privacy protects the transactional level, right? Like the on-chain transaction. So it is. I feel like you have a user base that's already pretty privacy conscious and KYC conscious. It felt like a natural fit. I have a question for you though.
Totally.
Like
And a lot of our users are from, oh yeah, a
no.
lot of our users are from 2014, 15, 16 that are re-downloading the wallet, rediscovering new features. And you called the exchanges bulletproof, but I don't know if I'd agree, because if someone's trying to shoot a gun, I don't think they can even aim it at you. I mean, how can you be it's good to be bulletproof, but it's also good to be so camouflaged and secretive and private that no one has any idea where to aim the gun. And so I just want to go a step further in the auditing we've done to make sure you guys are a partner that we can boast about in your security and anonymity. And that's what you guys are. That's who you stand for.
Yeah, they say abstinence is the best birth control, and the best bulletproof is not being a target. So
Yeah, let's put that on Kalshi. Let's put that on Kalshi. probably might get something.
Oh, that's hilarious. No, that's exactly it. That's a good point. There's not even a target to aim at, right? So it's bulletproof in a whole new way. The wallet scene though is pretty, is pretty saturated, right? There's a lot of wallets out there, and I'm curious, like, what has been like the biggest hurdle or struggle you guys have found, like, to just because you've come out on top, right? Like, you guys are one of the big players, and you've got a very vast user base. So what was one of the differentiators that you feel helped you stand out among all the other wallets?
I think right now, as we tackle redesigning and re-architecting a lot of the wallet's code base and UI UX, we're finding a lot of new ways, especially with some AI tools and tricks, but mostly in user education, user communication. We're finding new ways to help people take their money off of exchanges, take their money off of off of fiat on ramps and get it into their wallet much more seamlessly and quickly than other wallets. And the question we asked ourselves is why. And I think it kind of goes back to a space I listened to maybe in 2023, where CZ from Binance was talking about how 90% of crypto users, in his opinion, aren't ready to self custody. And I just completely disagree with that fundamentally. And I think he might too. But the fact is, Binance wants you to keep your funds on Binance. OKX wants you to keep your funds on OKX. The second that you're in a wallet, your exchanges are going to get a much better rate going through one of our providers, for example, like you guys, than elsewhere. And they have the capacity to hook up all kinds of exchanges. So we're making it easier for people to actually find the benefits of self custody, take control of self custody, and understand what it means to really take the 2009 white paper and boil it down into a wallet.
Yeah, and like you just bringing back like talking about the patent, 2014, that was like OG crypto days where people were really building, the pitch was the future of finance, right? Like the peer-to-peer cash owning, like really truly owning your assets. And then we got so excited and caught up in that narrative. A lot of us just forgot about how public the blockchain was as a public ledger. And you fast forward as people start realizing the need for privacy. It was if we're truly going to be the future of finance, if blockchain really is that next evolutionary leap forward in the tech, privacy needs to be baked into the equation, right? We're not going to onboard all these users and dox them at the front door. And that kind of brings me like for your users as well on the space. And I think it'd be interesting for our community as well to hear kind of how when we get these types of partnerships and integrations into wallets, like what your checklist is, or what were you looking at when you were trying to find a privacy provider, and this also solidifies like all the due diligence that you guys did for your users to know how safe the funds are. But what was that like on your end? What were you looking for, and what did
So
you
I'll
find with
focus
Houdini?
on Yeah, I'll focus on two sides of two sides of the same coin, I guess. The first is our team's actual auditing of the technology. We made many trades, we made many price comparisons, we estimated the wait time for these to go through, and we looked at the technology that you guys have, pretty well described in your docs online. And with the auditing of our team, which again goes back all the way to 2010 and 11 in the actual IRC channels with Nakamoto, I guess a bit before then too, they were able to very quickly say, all right, this is certainly something aside from your typical swap or your typical aggregator. There's tech moving here. The second thing that got us really excited and made this integration happen is that you guys are not sitting back satisfied that you made a good swapper and it's safe and secure and you're going to take your money and go home. You are shipping new products. We're really happy to see your success with Soulflare, and I'll even boast about it for you that you can send privately from each transaction to the wallet. That's something we'd love to target having in Koinami off the get go, and see you guys there. We're not quite there in the tech stack and the next steps we have to get our users up to par. But you guys are clearly focused on a company that's not just about squeezing users and making that extra margin on the swap, but again, the fundamentals of privacy, security, and anonymity, which make Koinami stand out among other wallets. And I say that knowing that many other wallets are just as private and secure in your setup and account creation and the random C that you're going to make. But then it's all about where are they keeping your information? Are they anonymizing your stats? Are they pushing you into fiat on ramps where they can then take that information and make decisions for you? Um, the fact that we're not controlled by a VC or tied to the stock market is a huge advantage, and we're not interested in selling out anytime soon. We always joke that it'd be far past $1 billion the worth of Koinami, and anyways, it's not even really in the perspective. And I think you guys probably feel the same. There's so much opportunity here in the next few months, and there's just a million times more in the next few years and in the next decades of crypto. We're seeing countries adopt different standards. We're seeing, even in America, for crypto wallets, we had a very interesting process this past year where Google announced they'd be setting new regulations for us. And then public pressure, and I think Jack Dorsey were able to completely revert that decision the same day that it was actually the same day that Gemini launched their wallet, which was very, very strange. I won't make any too speculative claims here, but they reversed that. They went back on it, and we've been able to even move Google in their policies, which I think is extremely rare. That a community of crypto wallet enthusiasts and holders and traders and degens and everything far and beyond, that we've actually been able to pressure corporations like Google into making changes to their policies and respecting user rights. I don't even think that countries, including the EU and America, have been able to do that to their own companies. So we really want to create a vocal user base. We want people that are interested in the real, true meaning of crypto, whatever that means for them. But again, for us, it's always at the core of bringing back that piece that a corporation or institution has taken away from people. That technology can do a better job of letting you control yourself, whether it's banking, whether it's exchanging on a brokerage that you don't need anymore, or a state entity that holds your identification and your title to your house. So I don't want to get into a ramble, but you can hear how excited I am for privacy to play a role in all of these things, from user IDs to on-chain transactions to much more that'll live in a crypto wallet ecosystem.
Yeah, no, that's the kind of passion you want to hear in a CEO's voice. Just really excited about what you're building, and this is the time to do exactly that, right? I've been throwing in all the chats with all of our partners, integration partners, that we're I say it, I hope it's always taken seriously, but because I truly mean it, that we're on the right side of history, right? Those who are prioritizing these types of toolings for people, these privacy tools baked right into the apps and the wallets that we're all using, before we're kind of forced to do it, before everyone's like, I'm not using it unless it has privacy. Like, it's the forward thinking, and that's needed to really stand out when the tides turn. You don't want to be like trying to catch up. You want to take these moments to really build, and we can clearly see that you guys are doing that. The one thing I would love to see, I really want to see a wallet bake it in, because Solflare has the private sending. They're fully Solana, so it's like USCT and C on Sol, and Sol to Sol private transfers. You guys have private swaps baked right into Koinami. We went over that on Wednesday on you guys' space. But what I haven't seen yet is like private invoicing, and we have the stack there. So you said you're not fully there yet, but maybe a little bit of alpha. Is it on the timeline? Is it no pressure? I'm trying to put you on the spot here, but man, that is something I would just love to see in a wallet.
Yeah, it's something that we've had on the map for far too many years. I want to go back in time to when Konami was founded, because in 2013, 14, that's when I, as a young guy, was buying my first Dogecoin and Redcoin and looking for a place to store them in one wallet. So I actually downloaded Koinami as a very early user and found myself working for them 2 years later in 2016, when that $40 of Doge I bought turned into $600, and I thought I was a billionaire. $600 wasn't exactly then what it is now, but it was a lot to someone who was roughly the age of a kid. And I bring this up because through the years, what we've seen is a bunch of different layer ones have their own ecosystems. And these apps that are on these layer ones really lack the infrastructure to be doing all these privacy features for themselves. And this includes a lot of apps and technologies and dApps, you would call them, that are for invoicing, that are trying to bring a better experience for merchants and vendors to use crypto instead of whatever Square or terminal they're using right now. And I think that Houdini and the stack you've built can play a really big role in two ways. First is the type of technology you're talking about, these invoicing, pay your friends, get paid by your friends, swap private messages and invoices, you could say. But the second is setting up more secure ecosystem tooling. We want to be a wallet that feels like Phantom is really, a Solana wallet. and each bar has their own Hedera wallet. We want to be a wallet that feels like a multi-coin wallet where you have all these coins in one place, but when you're diving into the ecosystem of some of these layer ones and coins, you feel the full breadth of an individual coin wallet. So it's like a single coin wallet, but multi-coin. I hope that makes a bit of sense. But I want every user, if they're coming in using Hedera and Avalanche the most, then it should feel like they're using a native Hedera and Avalanche wallet, not only with all the features of sending and transactions and signing, but with all the ecosystem dApps working fluidly, and also having these privacy features that are just built in on a wallet side. Because as much as I love developers, and I've worked with hundreds at this point in my life, and dApps we've worked with maybe thousand, maybe actually in the high hundreds. We don't trust anyone, and neither should you. So the only people we trust are ourselves. And if we audit and vet a technology stack like Houdini, and we say this is something that we can tell users we believe is safe, and we can share and show them how, then that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to build. So from a wallet side, that's how we want to build out and be different from other wallets that just let you store your funds. We want to be the wallet that really gets you the most out of them.
And really, really well said. And we're here to help on the educational side. Anything we can do to help your users see the like we said, bulletproof or the lack thereof of target of the privacy stack. We're here to
Yeah,
your guys'
I'll
success is
find a
our
better way
success.
to to say that lack of target thing by the end of this space. It'll come to me.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Well, we're coming up on. We keep these spaces nice and short for our community. Quick, just call to action for all of our community here on the space is, if you're looking for a new wallet, Houdini Swap, we have the privacy, but we don't have our own app. We don't have our own wallet. We have all of our users, but if you're now looking for a wallet with the Houdini tech that you know and love built right in, you heard it here, Koinami. They our latest integration, they have those privacy swaps. And like you were just mentioned here, Kobe, you don't want the experience to feel fragmented, right? There are privacy chains, there are privacy apps, and it's like this whole extra different step. You don't have to migrate, but there's so many cool dApps and apps and builders on all these different chains. We don't want to have to learn a whole new tool to go to these different chains, right? So having the privacy tooling baked right in for any chain that you're operating, any chain that Koinami offers, that's the user experience that everyone's after, right? Not having to learn something completely new. But Kobe, any final like call to actions, anything that you want to share to kind of close off the points? The mic is yours, man.
Definitely. So having such a older user base, a lot of our follow users of the app are not on Twitter, and open the app kind of infrequently compared to some wallets that are getting open 7 times a day. And it makes it that a lot of people aren't taking advantage of the reward system we have in the app. It's not very similar to other places where you have to sign away your life rights and sign up with your Discord and your verification, your ID. It's pretty simple. You download Koinami, go to the rewards section. You can do tasks every week. We're giving away thousands of dollars. Well, it depends on the week, it depends on the coin, but we're doing this in partnership with lots of different coins. Sometimes the rewards are in USDT, sometimes they're in meme coins, sometimes it's in Dogecoin, not Redcoin, but other coins and more. So even if you have a wallet, you just download Koinami, set up a wallet in less than 30 seconds. You can already start getting some rewards that'll build up in the wallet. And we're always doing giveaways and things on our Twitter. So definitely share a follow, share a like. Besides that, I just want to thank you guys again for having the space here, for being super persistent and helping our team integrate Houdini. And we're just super excited to see zeros added to those numbers on volume and swaps, because we know we'll be a big contributor to those.
Let's go. Yeah. No, this is just the beginning. We're just ramping up. Privacy is not a bull market feature. And as the awareness and education grows with the likes of you guys and big names and OGs in the space, well, it's just inevitable that the numbers grow. And let's line up a reward system in Koinami with Houdini Swap collab for next week. Let's get that going. We'll take this offline. We'll take this offline, but we'll,
Absolutely.
we'll, we'll line up some rewards and reward those who are privacy conscious. But quick wrap up. Thank you so much, Kobe. For those who are tuning in late and want to hear the numbers, I'm gonna just speed round through any updates and numbers real quick. $13.1 million in volume for last week, April 6th to the 12th. 7,103 swaps that brought in $4,069 in revenue, or 0.56 BTC. And from last week's revenue buyback and burn, we bought back 351,317 lock tokens that are now completely gone forever. Your share of the pie of our loyalty token lock just got a little bit bigger from the total pie. Once again, thank you so much, Kobe, for joining on, for all that you guys are doing to help spread awareness and to integrate privacy. For anyone who's going to be in Miami for Accelerate and Consensus from May 5th to the 7th, please hit us up, join our TG, let us know. We'd love to sync up. If you're just a community member or a builder, doesn't matter. We'd love to meet you. Again, Kobe, thank you. Thank you all for tuning in. And as always, you are all the most wonderful group of wizards that ever was. Until next time, bye-bye.